We have a really interesting update tonight on a local mystery that's captured national attention.
For weeks now, we have really, been searching every avenue to find out how a World War II era message in a bottle ended up in Safety Harbor.
And tonight, in a story you'll only see on 10 Tampa Bay, Aaron Parsegian shows us the key to unlocking this mystery was right here at home.
This all started here in Safety Harbor when a woman was picking up debris after Hurricane Debby and first came across that 1945 message in a bottle.
So there were contents in the bottle. There was sand, there was a bullet casing.
But Suzanne Flament-Smith and her family were more thrilled by the letter inside. Cursive etched on a worn piece of paper, adorned with a U.S. Navy letterhead.
Dear Lee, received your letter yesterday. Was glad to hear from you.
Most of the words hard to make out. Who were Lee or Jim? Is it real? And how did it end up here 80 years later?
There's a sense of excitement and also like a story that hopefully we can find its home.
We contacted the Navy and the Little Creek, Virginia base, leaving no stone unturned. And this week there was a breakthrough when a viewer sent us this Facebook post dated from March. About to drop this 80-year-old letter in a bottle, wrote the woman, alongside pictures of a different letter from the same time and to the same recipient, Lee. We found an address for the poster in, you guessed it, Safety Harbor.
So that's the house right there, and it looks like a Virginia license plate.
No one was home. My text message left unread. But a few hours later, my phone buzzed. A different number sent a photo of the original letter Suzanne found. Hi, Aaron, I heard you want to know more about this. Yes, I did.
And that text message led us to this bar in downtown Safety Harbor.
I was gonna just kind of remain anonymous.
But instead, Mike Meyer sat down with us to talk about his dad, late Army veteran Lee Meyer.
My father had died in 2001, and I'd had this box of letters for 23 years, and I'd read them 100 times.
Lee was 16 during World War II. His buddies, all a couple years older from the same small Illinois town, enlisted during the war.
You know, they were in Italy, they were in France, they were in Pacific, and they just told the story of World War II, what it was like for them.
Stories encapsulated in these letters they shared with one another across the world.
And I felt like if you can hold history in your hands, you can understand it a whole lot better, and you'll get a much better feel for it.
And Mike wanted others to get this same unique experience.
I wanted to preserve them, but at the same time, I wanted to share them. And I could have given them to the museum or anything, but people like surprises.
So back in March, he filled up some bottles with these treasured American history stories, launching them into old Tampa Bay, hoping one day someone might stumble across them.
I wanted to spread the joy, pretty much, and I knew people get excited when they find things like this because it's history, and that was just my only thought.
The irony here is the bottle never traveled that far, but Meyer's dad's letter was enjoyed by a local family and now seen by many others across the nation. Mission accomplished. In Safety Harbor, Aaron Parsegian, 10 Tampa Bay.
And
Wow.
So much more meaning behind it now. You hear the full story and hear it from Mike.
No doubt about it. This is fascinating to see. It is, what I find fascinating too is it didn't go very far.
It didn't.
Yeah, but the
So
story
if you
went
find
on
a
and
message
on.
in a bottle, let's call Mike first. No.
That's right.
He does say that the original letter was sent from a man named Jim Peters. He is hoping that he can find some of Jim's relatives. They're living in the Evansville, Illinois area.
I
Maybe.
think we can maybe figure that out. If you come across one of the other bottles he sent out, email us at tips@10tampabay.com. Love this story.